Don't smoke.
Oh, Steen, hang on one second. Let me get all this down here. Oh, yeah, you're right in the middle of your sentence.
That we come here and do things like that, it feels more and more fun.
Oh, Bob, thank you. Thank you. Well, that's how it's supposed to feel, for heaven's sakes. Yeah.
But
Well,
you do
that's
it
the
here
point.
easier than anywhere else.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that is taken in pure faith, and I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free as I continue walking in this mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day, and I'm more loving every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 So grateful. So I'm grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. So grateful. So grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so very grateful. So blessed. So grateful. And every day I start my day by saying how I'm grateful. Grateful. I'm so grateful. Every day I say grateful. When I go to sleep at night, I just say that I am grateful. Hey, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. Hey! Oh yeah. Grateful. I just say I am so grateful every day for all I have. Every day. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all I have. Every day. Every day I say it. Grateful. How I'm grateful. Every day. Oh yeah. guys ready to sing ourselves in? All right, let's get it going. I release and I let go and let the Spirit set my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah. You guys sound great.
Good morning. Pitiful. Good morning. There we go. Very good. So glad to see you all here on this beautiful, beautiful summer day. Look what we've created. Yesterday's weather was a little iffy, but we're doing good today. We're glad that each and every one of you have joined us today and know that your energy is an important part of who we are today as a community. And each Sunday we come together to celebrate our oneness with each other and with God. In Unity, we welcome people of every culture, every lifestyle, every creed, everything. We honor the many paths to God, the many names for God, the many ways that each of us experience Spirit. And we give thanks for the presence of Spirit within each of us and the expression of grace and love and truth in each of our lives. Today we'll join many people around the world reading today's daily word, and today's daily word is light. I live in the light of God. The sunlight that awakens me on a summer morning is bright and encouraging. Its radiance beckons me into a day of abundant possibilities. The indwelling light of God is constant. It leads me on a path to my highest good, providing direction when I am unsure what to do. To find this inner light, I center my heart and mind on the love of God. My path becomes clear. God is my light, my strength, and my hope. I trust the light of God within to awaken me to my full potential. With divine light shining in me, I am strong and confident. I live in the light of God. Each day is like a bright summer day in which all things are possible. And from Samuel we read, "Indeed, you are my lamp, O Lord. The Lord lightens my darkness." We've had a busy week here and a fabulous week here, and Reverend Heidi's going to tell us all about it. And you're going to watch your sleeves and the candle.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Another good morning. Good morning. This is the first day of the rest of my life. Let's say that together. This is the first day of the rest of my life. Woohoo! Yeah, right on. So thank you all for coming to Unity in Chicago, your home on Thome. This is the spiritual community committed to love, light, and laughter. And we're sort of in a journey to love, light, and laughter in our life, right? And so we show up for it. and we show up and we allow it to happen. So let me tell you about all the various things that are going on. First of all, we had a rockin' and rollin' concert on Friday night. Who was here? Yeah. So thank you all for creating the perfect weather, and thank you all that volunteered for the concert. And we really want to thank these talented musicians, Peter Polzak, Bill, and Sarah. Woohoo! Maggie Bynum, Bruce Henry, and disguised over there is our AV guy. We have Jim Masseth, who is our saxophonist. Yes, yes, that's right. Thank you for being willing to be so humble over there. Yes, all right. So a number of our upcoming events, we are in a journey to not bring a thimble to the waterfall of life. We're in a journey called the Keys to the Kingdom. And the kingdom is not something we're searching for. The kingdom is something that we've already been given. And so we want to use those keys to unlock that kingdom. The class, Thursday night is a time where we're really sharing our ups and our downs and our challenges in understanding prosperity, what it really is. And it's on Thursday nights at 7. We're starting at 6:30. So if you can come at 6:30, great. And we know that people will be coming up until 7 because of traffic. But 6:30, we had 50 people, and you're welcome to come. And after this Thursday, the class will be closed. But we're going to practice this also on Sundays by talking about these 7 keys. And we will go through August the 3rd, which will have a grand celebration with our musical friend Greg Tamblin, who will be joining us on August the 3rd. So we'll be journeying with this. I gave you we're going to talk about commitment again today, because I thought last Sunday with Father's Day, we didn't get into it as well as I would really like, because we're all committed to being alive, and that's what commitment's all about. So you have a sheet that we'll talk about later. This is all optional. It's kind of like the Course in Miracles. This is a required course. The time you want to take it is optional. But the course for your life is exactly what we're going to talk about with the Keys to the Kingdom. So we'll be working with commitment today. We are going to have our first group outing. It's a little out of the box, because I know this group's a little out of the box. We have a wonderful congregant, David Serta, who founded the production company Hell in a Handbag. Perfect, right? And so they are committed to campy parody productions that are tremendously funny and outrageous. And one of the ones they're presenting at the Witt Theater is Caged Dames. And so on Sunday, July the 3rd, we're going to go to the matinee. And David and Hell in a Handbag is giving us $10 back to the church for every ticket that's sold. So it's $37. There's 70 seats. We'd love for everyone to come. The paparazzi has finally found me, and I will have a cameo in this performance. Yes. So I will be one of the Caged Dames, and I told them it's been 30 years since I've been in jail, but I'll do the best I can do. So, and if you're here for the first time, talk to me after the service. All right. So anyway, come with us July the 6th, the Caged Dames, and we'll all go together, and it'll be 3 in the afternoon. All right. So the next piece is that I have. Well, let's see. If you want to go to Unity Village, that's also on that sheet of paper from September 9th through the 12th. We'll go to Kansas City. I just need your name on a sheet. We'll tell you. We have, the flights are cheap right now. You can drive, but we'll give you all that information. Just go over to the kiosk. Also, if you're going to be in the Keys to the Kingdom, we still have CDs and workbooks. You can have them just for Sunday morning. If you want CDs and workbooks, sign up. We have about, 10 sets left, and we can get some more. We just need to know that you want them. So I've been a congregant at churches for years, and then I became a volunteer, and then I became a teacher, and then I became a licensed Unity teacher, and then I became an associate minister, and then I became a minister. But working at a church is really a fascinating process, and it takes your heart, mind, and soul, and you have to really, really care about this place to work on the staff, because it's not just kumbaya in the office some days. So we are honoring today one of our beloved staff members who is not just going into retirement, she's going into refirement, as B. Young has told me you do. And so we want to honor today Kate Kotar, who's been with us for 8 years. I know, it's a lot. Receiving. Woohoo! Now we know prosperity is receiving. We have a number of things for Kate that we want to celebrate her with, but we have a slideshow of Kate and her life, and Lord knows your life led you here, and good for you. That's right. So why don't you have a seat while we'll show this slideshow, and then we'll present Kate. You can just sit here. Oh, I'll stand. So we are going, the rest of the staff is going to present Kate with some wonderful ways that you can remember us, because we know the minute you're out of here, you may forget all about it. Anyway, yes. So, and what does that say?
Thanks, Kate, for, let's read it this way. Thanks, Kate, for being every woman, 2006 to 2014.
Because whatever an Eric could tell you.
I was going to be every woman.
That's right. Oh, yes.
Kate, we want to thank you so much for your 8 years of dedication and the love that you showed this building, and your tender, loving care of all the details, and for putting in place so many business procedures that we are now organized. You're leaving us in good shape. And I did ask one congregant, I said, what will you remember about Kate? And she said that every time I asked her, it was very clear to me how much she loved Unity in Chicago and this building. And we know that you are a little bit afraid to come back and join us for a while because people will just ask you to do stuff. And so we wanted to help you so that you won't stay away. And we thought this would be of good help for you.
I don't work here anymore. So let us say this to Kate if I'm back on, all right? So let's warm up our hands, right? And hold this energy. So, Kate, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. Yes, we love you.
To serve this church and the community. Not an easy job to have, but I did it. So I will see you all in the very near future as a member of the community. And I won't be telling anybody what to do. Maybe. I don't know. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I love you, Kate. Oh, you got to wear this for sure.
Oh, I will.
Oh boy, beautiful, beautiful, I tell you. And it is wonderful to see people just sitting in the congregation relaxing. It's quite a nice shift. And I will tell you that we are in next Sunday, in fact, Christy Curry, who you will meet, is going to come in and not replace Kate, but be in here. Oh, she loves Sophie too. So anyway, Christy Curry is in charge of our website. She's going to come on and be the business manager and serve us in many ways. And so Christy right now is going to come in town next Sunday. And if anyone has space, she's looking for a home, but if anybody has a room or some space, I just want to put it out there. And please talk with Jay or myself that Christy's lovely. I think she does have one cat. So just just putting it out there. Okay, and just one other thing for our service, that we're over our door, it says there's many paths to God. So what we're going to practice after our meditation is we're going to use the song, Our Thoughts Are Prayers, instead of the Lord's Prayer today. And we will certainly have the Lord's Prayer in our rotation of spiritual songs. We're going to do Surely the Present some Sundays, the Lord's Prayer some Sundays, and Our Thoughts Are Prayers. So we'll be with Our Thoughts Are Prayers, and the chaplains will come forward and then invite you to use the names and speak out the names of people on your heart. And we'll just see how it flows, all right? Many paths to God, all right? So, okay, so now we will begin with people that are tithing their time today, and that's our Higher Ground Choir. Yes. I think we'll move this. Oh, yay, thank you.
I stayed up thinking,
Take it, get it. May move it right there. That's just over. Thank you. That's good. That's good. Here. They always say, let them want it. Let them want more. Somebody's like, oh, do it again. Do it again. So, so Scotty Zacher and this wonderful high power, yes. Higher ground, led by the higher power. Yes, thank you so much. My gosh. All right, so y'all are the perfect example of what we're journeying with today. And this word that is commitment. And how is it that we get ourselves committed to life working? You know, my Bible teacher at Unity Institute told me that church is about comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. Yes. So the idea is if we're sort of like, you know, going through life in this kind of, you know, feeling of kind of dull, nothing seems to change in my life, I don't feel very awake, I don't feel very alive, I don't feel very connected. Great. You know, we want to feel uncomfortable with that. And I've yet to have any spiritual awakening where I didn't have to go through uncomfortable, fear, I don't want to do this, because changing the way I see the world is not fun. It doesn't feel fun, and then it gets fun. It's kind of like being a cage dame, right? You know, we're in the prison of whatever our belief system is, and then as we're taught something new, we recognize that the real prison is our own mind, is our own belief system, is our own way of seeing how we were taught, and now we want to learn something new. So today, in our world of commitment, what we're talking about here is I'd really like to talk about why we're making this commitment, what we're committing to, and what you can expect. And wouldn't that have been nice when you were growing up for people to tell you why we're doing this? You're going to school because, you know, you want to learn some things so you can go out in the world and practice whatever you want to practice. And also, when you got home from school, maybe, did that work for you? I mean, did you learn something today? I mean, how do you feel about yourself? How are you communicating? And so since we weren't asked why and what you can expect, then when people are asking us to change or inviting us to do something new, there's a lot of resistance. Because it's like, tell me, I don't want to commit to something unless I really understand what that is. And that's really healthy. You know, part of the reason that we have classes is people get to ask questions. You get to say, this feels weird, this feels uncomfortable. It's like, great, I understand. You know, I mean, when I want to change my food plan, I'm not happy about that. And when I want to go and work out, I'm not particularly happy about that, but I'm happy with the results. I always like to say that what is alive and well is within us, but we do have to allow it to occur. It's always interesting to me if I think about exercising, that great fit body, it's in there. It just needs to be encouraged to, you know, have its way of fitness. And so we're being encouraged in this life. That's why every day something wakes you up. Something is happening to you that your eyes open and you're inspired to move around. And that spirit is what we're asking you all to play with in this spiritual community. And I only say this because it's worked for me, and it is working for me. And I love prosperity classes because I am reminded about how abundant I am. You know, I forget all the time how abundant I am. And let's just even start with, I know my slides get mixed up, but is that abundance one we can put up? Abundance is my natural state of being. I think we can say, so can we say this together? Abundance is my natural state of being. And let's do this. I'm loving this tapping thing I keep learning. So let's just tap right here, right under your collarbones. And let's say it again, okay? Abundance is my natural state of being. And one more time. And abundance is my natural state of being. And a third time. Abundance is my natural state of being. And let's just breathe in. You know, Tarzan didn't have it too wrong, right? Because what we're trying to do is wake up this heart place. Because you know, when we get shut down, when we feel not connected, we feel insecure, you can notice your shoulders come forward. And you notice that there's a blockage of your heart. So what we want to do is we want to really open this heart, because when we are inspired, when you see a rainbow, when you see somebody you really like, when you hear the great music we hear, it's natural to be inspired. And so we want to have a template of what keeps us inspired. And commitment to your own abundance and prosperity is what keeps the flow going. So why we're making this commitment is so you can be just that. So if somebody asks you want to sing in the choir, you'd say yes. Or you want to be in a relationship? Yes. You know, or you want to be inspired by your work? Yes. You know, rather than, it never works out and relationships are so difficult. And do you know how the economy, ever since 2008, the whole world has gone to hell. And so we go to hell in a handbag. That's a lot more fun. But the point is that we notice that we're constantly sort of fighting the flow. So the reason of the why is so you can be the young, beautiful child that you were born to be, that you can have that divine inheritance. You know, Jesus taught all about prosperity. And one of the things he said is it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And Father is creator. Father is source. And so we've already received the kingdom. And how are we living? You know, I know when I first started my prosperity experience, I had a lot of stories about how once something happened to me, I was going to be prosperous. You know, once I wrote the book, you know, once I had this certain amount in my bank account, once I had this certain job, and certainly once I had a relationship. In fact, you know, my mom, and I think she encouraged me to do it, was to get that MRS degree in college. And she got it. But it wasn't working so well for me. And so when I first started looking at this kingdom, one of my friends told me, Heidi, you're really looking for the king, not the kingdom. I'm like, okay. So we know that we already have this inside of us, and as we fluff it up and allow it to be a big yes, we'll draw everything to us like that magnet. And if you notice the things that happen in your life that are really the real things, the things that feel real good, really happen easily. You know, I told you guys I moved to Italy by saying, I want to live in Italy. And I just happened to be sitting by, you know, having dinner with the guy that owned the business there. I was sitting in Genoa looking at the Mediterranean. I'd love to live here. I didn't even know what I was doing because I hadn't taken a prosperity class. You know, I hadn't learned, you know. But the point is, you don't have to learn this. We just have to allow ourselves to be enthusiastic. You know, Bee Young was our guest Wednesday night. She talked about 50 years of being inspired by social justice, and that 50 years ago she went to Mississippi and started, was it Mississippi? And started the Freedom Schools, and was there with people shooting and having to, you know, hide people and staying so committed to the experience of equality that she was physically in danger. But the point was, when we're committed to the world working better, we understand that our birthright is not always about safety, it's about serving. And so she's going to take off tomorrow because it's the 50-year anniversary of the Freedom Schools in Mississippi, and we just bless her on her journey. So Bee, why don't you stand up? Yeah, that's right. That's it. I mean, after Bee's interview, I was sort of like, I'm a little bit of an underachiever. But, I mean, it's just amazing. And every single person has amazing stories of your life. And we often will find the thing we get committed to is the thing that we have experienced, pain that we've experienced, that we know we have to share with other people. For those of you who don't know me, I was arrested 30 plus years ago for drinking and driving, and it had been 3 times I'd been arrested. You know, some of us have harder heads, you know. And the point was, then I had the opportunity to go talk to people that had multiple DWIs. They called it DWI in Texas, driving while intoxicated. But it was like I'd walk in and people are like, who's this girl? But then I'm like, I've had 3 DWIs, and they're like, oh, okay. Then we get you. You know, you have something to say. But so my commitment then was to sobriety, and how I kept sobriety going was tithing my time to show up for people that I had some information about. You know, and so it wasn't information like I got a PhD in alcoholism, but I knew what I needed to share because it was my life experience. So that's prosperity, whether it's, B going to the freedom schools, or, my showing up and teaching something that I knew from life, or all of the ways that people serve here at this community. So tithing is the big word, and tithing is an experience of giving 10% of what you've received. All right, where you've been spiritually fed. And tithing can get a bad rap because maybe people asked you for something that you didn't feel you had. You might have gone to you might have been in a religion where they said, if you don't give, you're a sinner, or if you don't give, God's gonna, hit you over the head, or I don't know. But see, what's so incorrect about that and why it felt weird? Because it is weird. God is indwelling. So there's no God that's going to hit you over the head. It is the experience of indwelling is that you're perfect and you always have been. So spiritually fed means that you give where you're spiritually fed. And we're looking at, so the what is that we're tithing our time to, first of all, to ourselves. Okay, the first thing on that sheet, and you're welcome just to take that sheet home. It's between you and you. It's a yellow sheet. You don't really need to look at it, but you can later, is that you're tithing an hour and a half of your day to yourself. All right, and that's through some kind of prayer and meditation. It can be here. You're already doing your hour and a half right here, like doing it. But the idea that you're here growing. It can be reading spiritual material. It can be taking a walk. It could be doing yoga. It could be gardening. But there's something where you're connecting for an hour and a half every day, being with you. Because I am an off-the-chart extrovert. So I love being with people. But I can then feel at the end of the day like I'm exhausted because I haven't given the time to myself. And I've recognized, I think I've told you all a bunch of times, that going on silent retreat, so as usual, I do like tons of time in the silence, then I come back, and the rest of the year I talk to people all the time. But the idea of how scary that was for me when I first started thinking about silent retreat, because guess who the relationship that was really broken was the one with myself. And I really thought, gosh, I'm going to be so bored. And then a friend of mine said, so do you think you're boring? I thought, well, I don't know, maybe I do. But the thing that I really got was that since I didn't look inside, I always looked outside for my good, I had a story that I was empty in here. And so to sit and sit, I thought I would had to see, though, how that empty was not true. And I had to prove that to myself. And that's why when we talk about prosperity, it's prove God in this. We have to prove that when you go and sit, and I love going and sit by the lake. For me, it's bodies of water, noticing that it's just this perfect organization of flow and all over the place and messy and crazy, but it's perfect. And it may be a forest for some people. I feel like we own a park, right? I mean, come sit here. And our garden committee, can we just have them stand? They're just such a great team of people. Yes, yes, yes. So, people tithing their time. And I've yet to go out there and see that garden group going, what's so funny? Oh, yeah, this is our newest member. Yes, that's, Sophie. She does have on her aloha dress. So anyway, she was here yesterday. And that's how the garden team looks. I've never walked out when they're going, I hate being here. They love it. They love it. And it allows their whole life to work better because they go home and perhaps they're kind to their spouse. That they say hello at the grocery store. They're on the road driving, going, hey, I love driving in traffic, yay. But it becomes something that we start first with the tithe. We start first with the giving. So we become givers to life. We've received so much. We have to notice where we're receiving so that we can start to give. Because let's just do this exercise. I did it in the class. Let's breathe in and hold it. And hold it. And hold it. And hold it. Okay, I got to breathe out. Okay, then you breathe out, all right? and there's an urge in you. I mean, you could have held it a little bit longer, but pretty soon people would have passed out. But the idea is that's how we live life, right? I want to hold on to stuff. I get it, and I'm already dealing with lack, so I don't learn how to flow. I don't know how to flow. And so what I'm finding that tithing, the big thing about tithing is trust. All right? So I love my acronym for trust that I heard a while ago, and you all can hang this. Trust is to rely upon Spirit totally. All right? Let's breathe into that. Because a big thing when we're asking anyone to shift, if you're asking somebody to go try exercise or try a different way to eat or try a different way to communicate in relationship, at first it's like, I don't have that skill. So I'm trusting that the power that brought me to the planet, that allows trees to grow, allows air to be here, allows the sun to come out, allows this planet to just float in space, that power is a great way to trust. You know, it's something greater than your smallness. And pretty soon you see yourself creating a freedom school or a garden or a choir or the chaplain group. You know, pretty soon you're part of how it works rather than isolated, and it doesn't work. And our third way of looking at tithing is that we're going to tithe from where we've received. Yes, clunk, but not clunk. So tithe where we receive, because as he says in our CDs, and you really want to get the CDs because this guy, David Owen Ritz actually taught the class here, right? How many actually heard from him or took the class from him? Really amazing guy, because he's really funny, because money often doesn't feel very funny. Right? It gets to be very serious, and it's pieces of paper, right? It's pieces of paper. And so we have made pieces of paper, rather than a symbol of exchange, we can tend to make them a symbol of lack. So I want to show you a little clip from a movie, because I'm all about laughing about life, because I have to, or I'll get very serious. And one of our clips, one movie about God and life and even money, is Oh God. So let's allow our metaphysician, George Burns, to talk to John Denver. And John is now still unclear about this, so God has asked him to come have an interview, and we will see John trying to figure out what's happening with the situation of God. Can y'all see?
Smoke.
I don't.
Good. Tobacco was one of my big mistakes.
Mistakes?
You tried. Ostriches were a mistake. Silly-looking things. Avocados. Made the pit too big. Like I say, you try. You still don't believe it?
Artie, if this is you, man, you win. This is the best gag you've ever pulled.
I'm not Artie. Went to a lot of trouble to make it a comfortable interview.
You misspelled it, you know.
What?
Interview. In your note. It's I, but it's I before E.
Give me a break. A few things I got right. I put summer before winter, didn't I? You scared?
Well, sure. But look, if this is a joke, it's gone too far.
It's no joke.
How come you've got such just a voice, like everybody's?
Empathy. I'm talking to you in a way you can accept. I'm relating. I don't like to brag, but if I appeared to you just as God, how I really am, what I really am, your mind couldn't grasp it.
Look, I think you made a mistake. I'm not religious.
So?
Well, I'm not one of your believers. And I sure as heck don't believe this.
That's why I showed up. Too many non-believers.
But I read in an article that religion is on the upswing.
Religion is easy. I'm talking about faith. You're going to help me change that.
Me? I don't belong to any church.
Neither do I. Go back to work. I don't want you to get in trouble.
Thank you.
We'll talk on the way.
How?
Trust me, like it says on the money.
Trust me, like it says on the money. Yes, all right. So I just invite us all to be in this journey of faith, of growing, of giving where you've already received. And the most fun part of learning about tithing is to look at where you have received. Obviously, to tithe time to yourself is to say, I've received this body. I've received this life. It's really important that I get to know myself. Tithing your talent, to show up at this place and give. And if it's not here, somewhere in the world that means something to you, the animal shelter. I had a friend that was into recycling. He worked at the recycle center, on and on and on. And we have a whole table at the back of the Sunshine Gallery today, and we're moving all of our sort of merchandising world up here and clipboards and all that stuff, so you can just go right here, and then you can go downstairs and have cake with Kate. But come on over, and clipboards of showing up at all times, Sunday mornings and Wednesdays, and stuffing bulletins and doing all kinds of things. So if you're looking for somewhere to spend 4 hours of your time every week, we got you covered. So come on over here, and then tithing your treasure, to really look at where you've received. And we're going to practice 10% here. This is between you and God. And after these 7 weeks, it's a fantastic experience of tithing treasure, to look at how much you've received in life, look at your 10%, and give to wherever you're spiritually fed. I've given to authors. I've given to servers at restaurants. I've given to people at grocery stores. I've given where people have fed me. And so it's so fun, because you have to focus on where you've been fed. So the big part of tithing is really looking at how you've received. I saw Kate up here when everybody was singing. She's like, oh, man, this is a big vibration, So receiving is a huge part of life. So I just am so inspired by all of you. Every time I meet one of you, I see how you are showing up as this spiritual being, having this human experience, and that it is scary. But when we really practice this, you got to get in for the ride of your life, because your life will never come again. We only have so many years on this planet, and let's play big, right? Okay, I'm going to play big, or I'm going to go home. Let's say it together. I'm going to play big, or I'm going to go home. All right, so we breathe in, and we recognize that abundance is my natural state of being, that my source is the spirit that is within me, that money is not my source, that spirit is my source. And let's just take this into some time of breathing and meditation, and recognizing that our thoughts are prayers. So we start to breathe, and we just recognize that the chair in which we're sitting is completely supporting us. And as God said in certainly the Oh God movie, but as creation said, that we are created in the image and likeness of God. So there's no seeking or yearning or hoping or wishing or striving. It really is just being, just breathing. I know when I first went on silent retreat, my friend said, Heidi, it's one breath at a time. It's just one breath at a time. We're very much like fish swimming in water, looking for God when God is the water. And so we just relax, and we allow any sense of worry or challenge or any place of being stuck just to turn into some kind of fluid and just drip off your body. Just drip onto the floor. It's just going to disappear. We can carry this for you. As we invite you to be. Watch your lungs expand as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, they go back to their original place, and kind of marvel at how this body temple just does its thing. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to organize it. It's already been done for you. So we rest in the thought of, I've received so much. I've received so much. I've received so much. In our time of just resting with this music, Peter will play, I'd like it to reflect on all the ways you've received in this life. Certainly loving your beautiful body, and think of people in your life that love you just for who you are. An animal, a garden, an ocean, whatever helps you recognize how much you've received from being on the planet right here and right now. In the breath, in the holy breath. It's great to feel so full. I'm so full knowing abundance is my natural state of being. And so I allow this to infuse every cell of my body, knowing there is only abundance. That's all there is. And so I anchor this time of knowing this truth that'll set me free. And I allow myself to see the world as not only a gift I have been given, but that I am the gift to the world. I am the gift to the world. In the name and through the nature of the indwelling Christ, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. We thank, in our hearts we say, thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Amen. And let us sing together our song, Our Thoughts, Our Prayers, as we just journey on into the idea of the prayerfulness of our thoughts. So we can sing that together. And Gretchen will lead us.
This beautiful energy that we've created, we invite you to speak the names of those that you'd like held in prayer. As we stand as community, we send our prayers of love and healing to each other and our brothers and sisters around the world. And we thank God for prayers already answered. Your prayer chaplains for this morning's service are Jerry Lang, Jill Brown, and myself. We'd be delighted to pray with you for anything that you might have on your heart, whether it's celebration or concern. We, of course, honor confidentiality and know, of course, that after your prayers are placed in the prayer box or after you pray with one of us, the prayers are sent to Silent Unity where they're prayed on for an additional 30 days. We'll be placing the prayer box just outside the sanctuary by the Fillmore room, and we look forward to praying with you. Thank you.
All right, so thank you for being with that shift in our service, and we'll see how it feels, and we'll just keep growing and changing and evolving and being the groovy, cool people we are. So we give from that sense, again, of the overflowing cup, of the fullness, of knowing that you all are in ownership of this beautiful building, these beautiful grounds. And so we just give from that sense of generosity and gratitude and fellowship. And so if you'll hold your love offering and tithe, or tithe, and the other thing is that some people give automatically, some people are giving on Thursdays, so just bless the bowl or however basket with your hands and just send it that beautiful love that is you. So let's hold your tithe love offering between your hands, or just put your hands together if you give it another way. And let's breathe into that energy of abundance. And we'll say together our love offering, our conscious giving blessing. Or are we? Yes, or I love leading original ones. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Sing God is my source with higher ground. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Higher ground.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, Karen wasn't quite long enough. More dancing. All right. There we go. Yay. Okay. So let's take a dedicated breath in to the energy of giving. It is all about generosity. It's all about trust. It's all about gratitude. So let's breathe in, because it takes so much courage to live your life and to say yes. And that's what we're doing right here and right now. And the world needs us to say yes to who we are. So let's say our blessing that our lovely Joni Hoffer wrote for us. Okay. We are grateful for these gifts of faith and love. We recognize these are signs of our prosperity and highest good. We affirm God is in action right here and right now. Amen. Thank you.
We're working to keep the announcements short, so know that there are exciting things going on here. Please see your bulletins and the website for more details, but here's some highlights. This afternoon at 2 p.m., we will be celebrating the life of our beloved congregant Joseph Sensky, so please join us for that. This week's Wednesday at 2 p.m. This week's Wednesday Cafe is a celebration of summer, and it's hosted by our wonderful welcome team. They will be having bratwurst with grilled onions, burgers, veggie burgers, and grilled chicken, plus macaroni salad, vegetarian baked beans, green salad, chips, and salsa. I'm starving. And sliced watermelon. So that's at 5:30. Tickets are available in the gallery, so see those guys over there. We'll meditate at 6:15 with our chaplains, and then Reverend Heidi will lead our community evening service at 7 p.m. Friday at 7, Preston Click will be offering his Divine Ocean of Devotion sound healing. And then on Saturday, Jenny Landfield facilitates Unity's first day-long bars class. It's a retreat into relaxation, ease, joy, and fun. Fun is in capital letters. She'll be downstairs after the service to answer questions and to provide mini sessions of the bars, and her invitation is come and play. Join Reverend Heidi for a trip to Unity Village for World Day of Prayer. That will be from September 9th to September 12th. Sign up in the Friendship Room to receive more information, and for those who will be flying, remember now's a good time to book your flights. Reverend Heidi spoke of tithing time and talent today in her service. We have lots of opportunities for you, and they include walking in next Sunday's Gay Pride Parade, helping our night ministry team prepare meal bags for Chicago's homeless youth and adults, and that's this Thursday at 6 p.m., and helping with our community potluck picnic, which will be on July 13th. Take a look at the many ways that you can be part of our community, and there's a volunteer table over in the Sunshine Gallery. Ross Colby, you have an announcement for us, or a message.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. I'm a member of the team that is working to upgrade our AV systems and our presentation. Thank you. There's a few of us working on this. One is Jim, who has been endeavoring to detangle all the audio and video cables that are back here. It has to happen every once in 15 years or so. So we're working on that. Another thing we're working on that hopefully is going to happen soon is we're going to fix the lighting in this room, which is going to be, which as you can see is a big job because it's way up there. And no one really wants to climb a ladder, but we think we got someone who will. Another really interesting thing we've started to do, and it's happening right now as I speak, we're streaming this service live over the web. This is live. It's going through right now. It's going through Ustream on the Ustream site. And you can actually go to the Ustream site, punch up Unity in Chicago. You'll get the stream live. If you're not here, if you can't be here for whatever reason, if you're interested in coming here and you're not here, which means you're not here and you might be watching. I don't know how that all works. But it's there now, and it's really, really interesting technology. It's going to be embedded in our website so that you'll be able to go to the website and see a live stream, and it will also be recorded, and the archive will be there to see any service that we've recorded. So we're moving forward into the century. And one of the things, part of that, all of this is coming through that camera right there that's embedded in the wall. It's one camera. It's the one that's been feeding the Sunshine Room. And it works. It's great. It's wonderful. It's there. But we would like to improve our production. We'd like to do a 4-camera setup with switching involved. It's going to be a nice production. But we don't have enough cameras. So what I'm here to ask is if anybody has a high 8 millimeter mini DV camcorder that has gathering dust in the closet now because you take all your video on your phone. If anybody has some of that, any of those type of things, that's high 8 millimeter or mini DV camcorder sitting around that they're not using, that they would like to donate to our video production improvement plan, we would greatly appreciate that. It would go a long way towards helping us improve the video presentation we're doing, our streaming. So, sorry. Yes, and we'd all and if anybody has again gathering dust in the closet or something, a computer, a laptop computer, like a Chromebook or something like that they would be willing to donate, that would be much appreciated as well and very helpful. Right.
We're going to spend it. And so that's why we need to ask for cameras and stuff.
Right. We did raise $2,500, and that's a wonderful thing. It's going to help improve a lot of things, but as you know, with technology, you can always spend more. So that's why we're asking it. That is going to be spent on a lot of this audio things and some of the computer upgrades. So we're asked, though that's a wonderful thing, we need a little more. We're asking for those camcorders. and see if anybody's got them, gathering dust, and would like to donate them.
And you're going to be in the Sunshine Gallery.
I am going to be in the Sunshine Gallery, so after the service, so please come over and talk to me, and we'll see what we can do.
Thanks, Ross.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ross. And Ross will give us all the details again, because as he was saying it, Fred and I were looking at each other and trying to remember what kind of camera we have at home. So we go from technology to warm and fuzzies. I believe we go to a beagle. So Carol is here from, oh, how precious.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh.
Oh, he's so cute.
He likes to jump. Hi, this is Muttley. He's 1 year old. He's being given up because his best friend, who is 3 years old, has been in the hospital twice with asthma related to a dog. So they're having a very hard time getting separated. But he's a wonderful dog. He loves people. He loves kids. He's a typical beagle. His nose never leaves the ground. He's housebroken. And there, see, kisses. He's in dire need of some training. The good things are that he loves everybody and he speaks Polish. If anybody speaks Polish, he understands. He understands that better. Anyway, he is crate trained, and well, we'd like to find him a home. He's a very happy little dog. Would like a backyard because he's energetic. He chases a ball 12 or 16 times before he lays down. But and he's not fixed yet. He came from a breeder, cost a lot of money, from this girl who bought him. He was flown here from Pennsylvania, and I don't know if she thought she was going to fix have puppies or what. But anyway, that never happened, thank goodness. And we will be fixing him this week. So I'll probably be in the garden because he doesn't sit still very long. He doesn't bark. That's the other thing. I have never heard the dog bark. He does a little whining when, if he stays in the crate overnight. I'm sorry, he just loves everybody. You can't, and he's really good with kids. That little boy, I saw the little boy just pounding on him, and they just loved each other. He didn't mind. So anyway, if you'd like to see, we'll be in the garden later, and thank you all for your generosity.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Mom.
So soft and so full of puppy spit. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Kara, for all you do with the pet ministry,
talk
the
about
whole
tithing
team.
your time.
Today's beautiful flowers are donated by Ralph Lippert, celebrating Nina Lippert.
Oh. Right, and John Brown, if he's still here.
And obviously they're celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary. And Ralph writes, "To my darling Nina on our 60th wedding anniversary. You've been my friend, my buddy, my kid's mother, and my love. I love you, Nina May. Congratulations to you both, and thank you for being part of our community." For those of you that are joining us for this first time, we're so glad you've chosen to be with us today, and we know that there are no accidents. You're here by divine appointment. So we're thrilled to have you with us, and if you could raise your hand so our ushers can find you, we have a small gift of welcome. Don't be shy. Along with the carnation you've received, you can come downstairs. Is the welcome zone up here today?
And then,
Okay.
But then go down for cake.
Gotcha.
Yes.
We'd like to offer you a free welcome CD that'll tell you a little bit more about Unity and Unity in Chicago, and you can pick that up over in the Sunshine Gallery over here by the big sign that says welcome. And then don't forget to go downstairs to the Friendship Room, which is directly below the sanctuary, to join us for cake to celebrate cake. No, cake to celebrate Kate. Okay. Okay. We'd love to get to know you better, answer any questions that you might have, and also if you're relatively new, stop by the welcome team as well. Any questions you want can be answered. And now let's welcome back Higher Ground.
I just wanted to say thank you to the choir for a wonderful, wonderful year. We'll be taking a break this summer and coming back the second week of September after Labor Day. So I know there's a number of people that have said they'd love to join, and I said that'd be a great time to join. So we'd love to see you there. This is our annual tradition where we sing to all those people in our life that have raised us up, with our slideshow of people that have raised us up here and in our lives.
close. Man, we're going to miss y'all. Oh, how holy. Yes. Somebody going now.
Well, the eye cream is gone. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. Do we have little people that we're bringing in today?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we won't sing with the children, so let's sing ourselves home.
All
Have a great
right.
week, everyone.
That's right. Next week.
Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. You have all you need, it's all inside of you. Just close your eyes and breathe and know that you are safe. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. No need to make a plan, your heart will be your compass. Lift your sails in faith and trust that you will arrive. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore and let the water carry you. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Let go of the shore, float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. Float into the mystery. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. If love is why I'm here, let me be an open channel. If love is why I'm here, let me give and then receive. Give and receive. Give and receive. If love is why we're here, let us be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let us give and then receive. If love is why we're here, let us be an open channel. If love is why we're here, let us give and then receive. If love is why